And let's take a look now at some of what Mr. Walz said during his address to the DNC crowd a short while ago. He reflected on his term as Minnesota's governor, painting a picture of what he would fight for as vice president. Take a listen.
Serve as governor, and we got right to work, making a difference in our neighbors' lives. We cut taxes for the middle class. We passed paid family and medical leave. We invested in fighting crime and affordable housing. We cut the cost of prescription drugs and helped people escape the kind of medical debt that nearly sank my family. And we made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day. So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours. We also protected reproductive freedom because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
All right, that was just a short while ago on the stage, and joining me is Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. Attorney General, great to have you with us.
Oh, thank you.
What did you think of that speech from your governor?
You know, I kind of felt like we were sitting in one of the office rooms in the Capitol chatting up over what we talk about all the time. That person that America just saw is the Tim Walz that I know. Relatable, nice, funny, good with a joke, and not taking himself too seriously, but taking the issues very seriously. So I thought he did a really good job, and I mean, he did what I was hoping he would do. Show people who he is, and that's Tim. And who doesn't love the football coach, especially the one who's willing to, I don't know, be the faculty advisor for the Gay Straight Alliance. You know, just a great guy. I think he's my definition of a good guy.
Yeah, he played up many parts of his biography, didn't he? His biography as a football coach, as a public school teacher. He also made some promises to voters, independent voters. I mean, what do you think about what he said about relieving costs for middle-class families and so on?
Well, I think of Tim as a pragmatic problem solver. So, you know, I know that in Washington and other places we say, is he progressive? Is he conservative? Is he this? Is he that? We need a label. Well, the real truth is that he sees a problem, he tries to fix it. So he knows that middle-class families are struggling. He knows that people are trying to make ends meet. He knows inflation's been too high. And so he's going to propose something that's going to solve that problem. And so, look, I can only tell you that everything he said he was going to do in Minnesota, he did. And when he mentioned the medical debt bill, actually our office at the Attorney General office was pushing this. We went to the governor and said, Governor, we could really work together on this. He said, I'm with you, let's do it. And we ended up passing that bill. And so he's a successful leader. He brings people together. He tries to be bipartisan. But one thing I do like about him, he's not going to say, well, we're not going to move forward if we can't get any Republicans on the bill. We're moving forward, period, because the people need it. But he will try to work with the other side, and he's always been that way.
That's something he's promised to do if he's elected to office.
If past is the predictor of the future, then he will do that.
Can I just ask you on a personal level, you know, a lot of people didn't know Tim Walz until he was elected, or selected rather, as Kamala Harris's running mate.
Right.
What do you think is important to know about him as a person?
That he is highly empathetic. He's tough, but he is a very compassionate person. He's a football coach, and yet he is the kind of person who would be concerned about the safety of kids who might find themselves wanting to be part of a group like the Gay Straight Alliance. Yeah. He would be like, I'm not going to let any kid in this school feel unsafe and unprotected. I will stand with them, and he'll yell on the football field and win those games. He's both of those people.
What about the criticism that he's too liberal and too far left?
Well, let me just say this. the playbook for Republicans these days, MAGA Republicans, not all Republicans, but MAGA Republicans, is character assassination. They're going to probe you up and down. They're going to find something they can pick at, and they're going to pick, because they want to make the public think you're not a good person. So you pick it, figure out which one you want. But they're never going to say, let's tear and compare on policy and program. They're hoping that you guys in the press just continue to ask about whatever bad thing they came up with this week. Like, it reminds me of somebody with a little red light and having a cat chase it around. That's sort of how the Republicans treat the press, hoping that you guys overplay every scandalous thing they throw out there.
Attorney General, I just have to ask you one more question before we let you go, and that is namely on some of the dissent within your party on the administration's policy on Israel and Gaza. Right. We have seen some protests outside, and the uncommitted movement has said they are angry there's not a Palestinian-American speaker on stage. Do you think that you can say to those voters there will be a change in policy from a Harris-Walz administration?
I can say that they are listening. They will be listening. They'll be continuing to listen. And that, look, Donald Trump, when asked about this issue, said, finish the job, meaning keep killing people. Well, what Biden and Harris have been saying is, we need a ceasefire, we need it now, and we need a durable peace, we need to return the hostages, and we're going to continue to work. I don't have any problem with those folks in the uncommitted group. They are following the dictates of their conscience. They are trying to save people in this world, and they need to raise their voices, and their voices are being heard.
Okay. Attorney General, great to have you on with us here on BBC News. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.